Willie D Live.
What's up, family? This is a sad yet cautionary tale. Qualicia Barnes, also known as Siditty, was a Detroit rapper and Atlanta area nursing student who talked about wanting a baby for more than a year. Qualicia got her wish, partially, because while parked in her driveway, sitting inside of her SUV, Qualicia was brutally gunned down at 14 weeks pregnant. And it quickly turned into a case of whodunit. The authorities say they don't have any suspects. They don't know who did it. But the family say, we got a pretty good idea who did it, but they haven't stated it publicly, at least not to my knowledge. I was on Fox 2's Jessica Dutnack's Facebook, and somebody asked the question, I'm confused though. Why did the pregnancy make her a target? Well, somebody answered that question, and it went like this. Because the baby daddy was married. Him and his wife from, I guess you're saying my jurisdiction, Bay Area, San Francisco to be exact. She sells hair. It's called China Doll Collection TM on Instagram. His name is Touch Money. I don't know his real name, but damn, it's a small world. And they really think they're going to get away with this. I didn't even know they were married. Should have just let the girl have her baby. Nobody probably would have ever known that he was the baby daddy or that he had an outside baby. So word on the streets is, dude who impregnated her is responsible for her death. If true, how many times have we seen that? The most famous case of a guy killing his baby that was inside of his baby mother-to-be was Ray Carruth. Remember the football player who played for the Carolina Panthers? He hired a hitman to kill his baby mother because he didn't want to have a child with the woman. Guess he just was hitting it. He didn't want to be with her, you know? And so, and there's some dispute as to how, how deep or how serious their relationship was. In any event, Ray Carruth was given a life sentence. He did that time and he's back on the streets. His child survived that shooting, but not without any physical issues. The child is a special needs child because of the incident. Now, let's get back to Qualicia. Qualicia allegedly was killed by her baby daddy because he did not want the baby because he was already married. He already had a family. This is not victim shaming or blaming. This is me calling a strike and a ball. I do not believe in people just being a victim if there is something else to it. I'm not sure if this dude straight up told her what the play was. Look, I'm married and I'm just fooling around. I'm married, I like you, but I can't do this, woo, woo. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know the whole story at all. But oftentimes, women do get pregnant by dudes who they know are married. They do want to get pregnant and they don't want the dude. Sometimes they want to get pregnant and they don't want the dude. That is the craziest thing in the world to me, fam. Like, how is a dude good enough to impregnate you, but not good enough to raise your child? If he's not, that means that you don't really think he's a good fit for you. If he's not a good fit for you, how could he be a good fit for your child? There's going to be a lot of resentment there. Even if he allows you to go through the pregnancy full term, there's going to be a lot of resentment there. The dude will probably be like, yo, I'm not raising this kid. I told you I didn't want this kid. I'm not raising him. And then he'll resent the woman. The trip part about it is some women don't care. Some women like the smoke. They like the drama. They don't care how he feels about it. They don't consider his feelings at all. All they think about is they want a baby. And they're just looking for the guy who can do it, who can get it done. Sometimes they just want a baby, period. They don't care if the dude is broke. They don't care if the dude is a killer, a convict, a dope dealer. They don't care if he's a liar, a thief. They don't care if the dude hates his mama. They don't care. Sometimes, depending on how the dude get down, if the dude got money, they don't care what kind of personality he has. They don't care from day one. They go into the situation knowing that the dude is not going to be part of the baby's life. They go into it that way. Well, if you want to be there, either way it go, he gonna have a daddy. That don't make sense to me. Nothing is guaranteed. None of these relationships are guaranteed. But at the very least, I do believe all of us owe it to our unborn children to give them the best chance possible. And statistics have shown time and time again that kids who are raised by both parents do much better than kids who are raised by single parents, whether it be a man or a woman. But interestingly enough, statistics also show that a child being raised by only a father, if it is a single parent situation, the child being raised only by a father fares better off in life. They don't get in trouble as much. They don't end up criminals and all this type of stuff. Now, I got many theories on why that is, but we can explore that at a later date. What I want to impress upon all of us right now, everybody right now, is give these kids the best chance out the gate. Go in with the best chance to give them the best chance out the gate. Nothing is guaranteed. Nothing is guaranteed. But at least you go in with like, yeah, we're going to make this work. This is going to work. At the very least, I think you got to like the father of your child. I think you got to like the woman of your child, the mother of your child. At the very least, people go in having children, impregnating women that they can't stand, getting pregnant by men that they despise. That's crazy to me. That makes no sense to me. It is very selfish. It is a very selfish mentality. And I want to address this specifically. I'm not saying this is right, but women, there are men out there who you might decide that you're going to mess around with. They already got a life. They got a wife. Or they just don't want to be with you. And you're going to decide that, well, I want a baby. And maybe if I had a baby, he's going to stick around. At least I'll keep him in my life forever if I have a baby by him. Or I just want the baby. He can go do what he want to do. Let me tell you something. You hear me good. There are dudes out there who will kill you to guard their secret. They will kill you rather than to stick around and raise that child for 18 years and deal with child support or even deal with you. I'm not saying it's right. Hell no, it's not right at all. Because I do believe if two lay down and three get up, you got to pay. That's the way I think. Even if it's somebody that you didn't really want to do it with, man, you got to take that. You got to deal with that. You got to accept that. You got to live with that. You make your bed, you lie in it. Yeah, that's the way I believe. So ain't no crime. Ain't no crime, man. Y'all got to stop trying to kill these women when you impregnate these women. Stop trying to kill these women and all this stupid shit. You gonna get, man, your ass going to jail. You ain't getting away with it. If that dude, that baby daddy, is truly responsible for killing her, he ain't getting away with it. You can believe that because he is the prime suspect. And women, stop having babies with dudes that you don't even like. Stop having babies with dudes because they cute. They got good hair. Stop having babies with dudes because they tall. Or because they come from a good family. Or they come from a prestigious, a prominent family. Stop having these babies with dudes who you consider to be a sperm donor. You just want the baby. You don't care nothing about him. You're putting your baby at a social disadvantage. It don't make sense. It is the most selfish thing that you can do. Again, fam, I don't know the particular situation here, but I do know that I've seen this type of case many, many times. And usually, you know, the details might be different. The details might be different. The details may be different. But the cause and effect is extremely similar. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I love to hear your thoughts. R.I.P. Qualicia Barnes. No more talk.